Hello, my Gojis, my gold horns, my Gojira Sukuses. Um, it's me, Goldhorn Studio. Wait, Goldhorn 12 Studios. Yeah, that's my name now. Um, I'm here with a stream, and well, it's kind of gonna be a deep one, right? Um, I have shared this link in a few chats now. Some of you guys have seen it. I've specifically put it in chats where most of my online associates, most of my fans, and most of my friends would be active, right? Uh, because this is something that, as content creators, the most of us can relate to. Um, and This is just supposed to explain, at least for the first half of this stream, about where I have been. So, where I've been, really, uh, I've just been chilling, honestly. I've been hanging out with friends, I've been hanging out with family, I've been, uh, I've been drawing, making art, but I haven't really been active on my channel, at least not extremely active. Now, I have made some content as of late, and I have made videos. Uh, but because, despite me having a better filming software now, or at least a better film software that will allow me to make longer films again, I finally have that. I'm still working on my old software because despite the newer software, which allows me to make longer films, it has the same effects as uh, as the old software. It is much harder to use. So, um, that is the one downside to it, but that's not really the problem. The problem is that I personally, uh, despite me loving making videos and making content and making streams from time to time, I just haven't been motivated. I've been busy with other things, like busy with friends, extremely busy with family, and my school starts tomorrow, and I'm going there with your personal flotation device, Maddox, the Michael channel, Michael, Alec Yodazilla, the Kaiju Lord, or just Alec, as you guys know him from my videos. Um, we're all and a few more, such as Venus, Chloe, um, Venus, the child from the beyond. We're all going to school tomorrow, the exact same school tomorrow. So that's going to be fun. But I'm gonna have less time to be on this channel, which is sad. Honestly, it really is. It's very sad. Um, because I really because I had plenty of time to upload stuff. I was just not motivated, so that is on me. But yeah, this stream is just to talk about it's just to talk about like things that by the end of well just in general, of course, that I would wish to get done, and future projects that I have in mind, and personal thoughts. That is what this stream is about. Um Now my projects, they're kind of obvious, right? I have not been able to finish the the Ultraman Ace series. But I'm probably going to remake uh episode 3. Yeah, I think it was episode 3 because the episode pilot didn't really count despite it being in the same continuity. Um yeah, I'm gonna rework episode 3 because I still have the figures, I still have the material, so I'm gonna be able to finish that Ultraman series. I have the effects all set up. I'm able to make longer episodes, so yay. Um but then there is also the fantastic electrifying adventures of Goji Goldhorn the 12th, I'm pretty sure, aka just the Goldhorn, or as it was originally called, the Gojira 12 movie, the fantastic Gojira 12 movie. That's actually going extremely well. I uh recently a few friends have reached out to me that maybe they could have a cameo in my movie, and I'm like, yeah, the more the merrier. And yeah, so that's going extremely well. But as for I mean, the movie itself, like with the actors and stuff like that, like they're all accounted for. That's going pretty well. Um, but I need to. I mean, for the ones that aren't doing improv acting, uh, they're going like I'm gonna have to redo some of the lines for the like the ones in the main cast. Uh, like the ones. Uh, and the reason for this is because despite some lines actually being recorded, those lines were either lost to time or because I got some lines from Maddox and I recorded them through my phone when we were on a call. He was willing to do lines at that time, and he's just more willing to do lines in general. It's I lost those because my phone was extremely old, like 4 to 6 years old, and it just stopped charging one night and it died. So I lost his lines, but I'm pretty sure he's willing to do his lines again. So thank God for that. Um, and then there's the Jonosaurus projects. I completely forgot about those. But I mean, I really shouldn't, since I unironically enjoyed doing the Jonosaurus projects more than the Goji projects, because it's not like I'm not like able to like be free with the Goji the Goldhorn projects, but it's like, I'm able to expand a little more, like with the Jonosaurus projects, because like those are like all my characters. Those are all of my original dinosaur characters. So I'm able to do stuff with them and like and change them up a little bit. Like Basil Q Lugfin, the Spinosaurus, he was Italian at one point, but now he is well, now he just speaks like fluent English. Um, I mean, really though, I'm still working out Basil's character since he is a bit bland. But I think that's kind of the point of his character. He's kind of the straight man of the group. Like like one of the only members of the Cretaceous clowns that don't actually do stupid shit on the daily. Uh, then there's a new character, Dilly Delapo. Some who have Twitter know about him. He is this green Dilophosaurus, like the dinosaur with the two crests on its head and supposedly spit venom. Uh, as for the frill aspect, that is not true. But I actually heard from the Michael channel himself that they actually might have spit venom. but who knows at this point? It's just a speculation. But that would be cool if they did, though. Uh, but that care, Dilly Delapo, who has who um who has like a busted leg, he has now gone into the Italian thing. He is now Italian, at least somewhat Italian. So so yeah, it's funny how those things switched. I just think that it fit. I just think the Italian thing fit uh Dilly Delapo, the Dilophosaurus, a lot more than Basil Q. Luckfin, the Spinosaurus. But enough about that. Uh, the Jonosaurus projects uh are mostly a go. But the only one that I've truly ever finished, and this wasn't even really a project. This was just something that I had in my mind, and I was like, you know what? I have the time to make it today. The only Jonosaurus the Ceratosaurus thing I've ever done as of like recently, like officially, was an unofficial crossover with Martin Wall's The Walton Files. If you guys don't know what the Walton Files are, they are extremely good. I suggest you check them out. They are, I mean, they're freaky, but they can really tug at your heartstrings, and that's what pulls the series through. Sorry, Scott Cawthon, but like I love you, buddy, but you have not been able to do that as of recently. Like, sure, like your games are good and all, but yeah, at this point, I personally prefer Martin over your recent stuff. But that's just me, though. I still love you, Mr. Cawthon. I still love you. Um, so I hope you, so if you guys are interested, you can check that out. I'll probably put it in the link of this video to shout out Mr. Martin Walls. Uh, very good content creator. A very big content creator as of late, which I mean, the guy deserves it after all he's done. Like with his animatronic designs, his stories, it's like it's amazing. Like what a small YouTuber can do with such little what's such little help aside from voice acting. Like I'm quite impressed. But yeah, back onto the subject. I keep going on tangents. Um, but yeah, the Jonosaurus projects are more liable, or should I say able? I'm just gonna say able. They're more able to be done than the Goji the Goldhorn projects because of how less complicated the characters are, rather than the Goji verse subplot. Um, but then I go into some personal stuff. And this is what has really been holding me back this entire time about my content and all that. Uh, and it's all about relationships to people. Like really, like um, like my relationship with some of my friends. Uh, like I have very good attachments to my friends. I love them to death, but there have been troubles. Let's just say troubles. Um, some have gotten into tiny arguments with the others, and some have just isolated themselves, which make the rest of the groups worried. And some of them even try to, well, reemerge online, although uh much more much more humbly than they used to back in the day. but to hardly any available since hardly anyone wants them back on the internet. And that's kind of been eating at my subconscious. My subconscious, I mean. Oh, I'm stuttering today. Sorry, guys. It's just like seeing a few videos like that. It really made me remember how stupid I used to be back on YouTube. Because I remember I used to make these Wings of Fire Dragonet comic dub memes where I put my own spin on someone else's content. Um, but I remember very distinctly that one time I posted this one comic with very good illustrations, by the way. Um, and it was called like Glory's Painting, and then people in the comments, well, I mean they weren't mean or anything, obviously, but they were like calling me out because um I didn't credit the artist or didn't link the source of it, because obviously I didn't make it. My art style was drastically different than what was featured in the comic. The Wings of Fire comic, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And obviously, age does not protect you from being called out by people, like no matter what their age is. You can do some awful stuff when you're younger, and I know that for a fact because I used to be a little shit when I was younger, especially to my family. But I was just very mentally sick at the time. Uh, I didn't appreciate them like I do now. Uh, but yeah, as I was saying, um, I was very young when I made those comics, or dubs, I should say, because they were not my Wings of Fire comics. Um, like I was around 9 to 10 at the time, and I was extremely new to YouTube, and I had no idea that I would get such a mixed reaction to like stuff like a dub or something. And me and one of the people within the comments section of that now deleted video, um like me and them had a talk, and I told them that I was uh, that I was young, and I didn't know how to link anyone else's, well, stuff and like that, because I was doing this through my mother's old computer, and I had no knowledge of how to do this in general. Like my brain was tiny, but I tried to do uh what uh what they suggested of me doing, but to no avail. Like no one attacked me or anything. Like I wasn't shamed for it. Like there was just a discussion. Like because they knew I was young, but man, did I feel guilty. And to think, if I genuinely didn't feel sorry for not like crediting the artist, like if I really didn't mean to credit the artist, I would have ended up about how my old friend ended up. Like, and that's a horrifying thought, honestly. But the thing that saved me was that I wasn't trying to get other people to back me up. And that's why most of my internet conversations are civil. especially when it's about other people's art. Like, everyone should be open to uh, criticization. That's not the correct word. That's not a dang word. That's not a word. But everyone should be open to have jokes being made about their art as long as there's no malice in it. Because like God, live a little. Like, especially if you know it's a tad bit cringy. Like, sure, I'm friggin' glad that cringe culture is dead, but still. But you also need to be open to being criticized. And and I'm happy that I surrounded myself with people that were like that. Because if I didn't have people like Maddox or Michael, like or my girlfriend, or even some of you guys, I would have I would have ended up in a bad place, and I would be nowhere on this platform, and I would be nowhere in life. But I surrounded myself with people who love me but are able to disagree with me and not make it into a argument, right? At least not as big an argument as it should be. And when I saw my friend's video, if you guys know who, then you guys know who, but for those who don't, uh I can't really say because privacy. Um and don't any of you guys spoil it in the chat either. Um it just made me think that, like, man, he was so much more popular than me back in the day. Like, I was I was a dandelion to his red oak back in the day. And now it's the complete opposite. And but the difference is that I like I'm just okay with it. It's like, okay, I got loyal fans, I got a good fan base. Hardly any of my fans are toxic, and it's okay. Like, it obviously it's great, but like it, it's not like I need to brag about it. Like, obviously I'm proud about it, but I'm not gonna flex on my friends or anything about it. Like, I'm not gonna flex my art skills. Um, I'm not gonna flex my personality. I'm just being humble, and that's why I'm in this place today. But boy, does not help me from being motivated to make me uh act more active on this channel. It is oh, and there's also this personal thing that we discussed, and this might get very deep for some of you. So, uh for those of you who are uncomfortable about subjects like this, then you can either turn down your volume or ease out of the stream for a little bit. But for those who are well, willing to listen, and for those who are comfortable discussing this, um then I suggest you guys stay on. So, um yeah. So today, uh well, a few days ago, I just got news that one of my oldest friends, like one of my oldest and one of my only female friends at the school, at least one of my like my only legitimate like female friend, like at my school, um, actually came out as being a trans boy, right? And and like I knew this person for a long time, and then they were really cool. And when I heard this, I was like, I'm so happy for them. Like I'm so happy. And me and my mom kind of got into this discussion where it was like we need to accept people for our differences and all that stuff. But sometimes, like, despite there being no disrespect whatsoever in the matter, it only goes to a certain limit, especially when it is from a romantic standpoint. Like, like picture this. Picture this. You are extremely in love with someone, right? And they are very flexible um with their sexuality, what they want to do with their life, what they want to do with their content. And it's not like you guys are shifting apart or anything, right? Because obviously if you love that person, you guys would never like fade away from each other, because that's true love right there. That's true love. But my mom made a good point that like that sometimes loving everybody, actually no, wait, I'm saying that wrong. What I mean is that, picture this, you're a straight guy, right? And you have or like any other orientation, um you have a significant other, right? And they are very flexible with themselves. But then as time goes by, they they don't shift away from you. They still love you very much, but they want to do something else with themselves, like transitioning. Uh, surgery, no surgery, that does not matter. And it's like, as a straight ally, you love and respect everybody, but you still have your preferences to look after. And that was extreme, and that was extreme, and that was extremely deep for me. Like I was thinking to myself, like, oh, I love this person to death, but that's like I can't deny it. That's fact. Like in terms of, and this can go for everything as well. It can go for well, not friendships. Like if you're a good person and you've like a friend like that, it's obviously like you can't become not friends with them for stuff like that, because like it's just them being them. Like if you're gonna disrespect them for that, then really, bro, you're gonna do them like that, really? But that's a different thing too. But it really applies to like everything, like everything. And so this is and so I've been thinking to myself about all this, and these are the things that make life worth living, right? And that's our differences. We have hard times, we have good times, and at the end of the day, we all love each other, and we all support each other. And that is what, but that's what I've been thinking, and it may kind of like be weird, like at least to some of you guys, because believe me, it's also kind of weird to me. It's a big subject. Like everything I've been talking about, like, is a big, deep subject. But it's like it's amazing at the same time. It really is. But but that could just but this could just be me venting. I don't know, because like I'm not sad or anything. This is just a personal thing. But uh like th- like like oh, and I've also been, well, there's also this. Okay, there's also this. Like this is also the thing. I've been thinking about who I want to be in the future, because I know that I can't always be making content for the internet forever. Like maybe some art here and there, but I can't always be making videos. I can't always be making streams. Um, and even if I do, I'd only do it if I actually have a make a profit out of it. And despite me loving all of you, I can't continue this channel until I'm 40 or something. And I mean, maybe I can, but it just wouldn't be the same. Like, like I could write stories about these characters and stuff like that, but making, but making videos when you're about, well, like with toys in a non-toy review sense, like when you're 70 or 50, like sure it's all right and all that, but it just seems it just seemed a little demoralizing to me. Like I want to do more with my life than making videos. Um Now some of you may be asking like, "Oh, is Rowan taking a break? Is Goji taking a break?" The answer is definitely not, because I'm only I'm only 16 right now. And um but as I grow older, like in a few years I'm going to be 18, which would pretty much make me a legal adult. And it's like I don't know, but I think um yeah, I just feel that maybe that would be the stopping point. Like not for figure videos, definitely not. Definitely not for skits, but definitely for just childish content. Um Now, there are a lot of people in the world, especially in the Godzilla fandom, as I've seen, that can do this extremely well, like Monster Island Buddies, who, for those who did not know, actually retweeted some fan art of mine, so that made me feel very good. Um, like he does this all the time, and he's much older than me, and he's still successful. People like that type of content, especially if it's a parody of something they love. And like believe me, I love that type of content. But for me, like I want to make art or something. Like I definitely want to keep making videos with my figures and stuff like that. But over the years, it just wouldn't be the same. So as I get older, art may be my main thing because I have much more motivation uh uh with my art, because that's basically just me being free from restraints of like holding a camera and stuff like that, especially if it's drawn art. And the reason why I say this is because, as I've said many times before, like within this video and many times in my other streams, sorry, um, it's just like whenever I try to do like a big movie or something, like with voice actors and like lighting effects and like a full on plot. Like there's always a short skit here and there with voice actors, but here's what I mean, like a big movie, like the Goldhorn movie. Stuff like that, like even with production being like being in the production for years, ever since 2019, ever since 2018, even nearly having a sequel almost instantly after the success of the first and oldest like uh variation of Goji actually having a main plot to himself. It has been in the production. It has been in production hell for years. Like it's either been voice actors or late on lines, which, like, if I'm being honest, like like obviously I don't blame them, but sometimes if I know the voice actor personally and I really have nothing going on from what I know, it's like, really? Really? You have enough time in the day to do this? And then there, like, know what I mean? And then there's me, like, not being motivated because of the lack of bass. Like, I can't make sets. I can't make scenes with the characters because lines are not done. It is a very, very, very tiring cycle. And it makes me feel weary. So I just hope, like, before I get too old, before I get to the point of being an actual adult, because it is getting to that point, I just hope that I can finish the movie. Like, I really hope so. It would be a dream come true if I finished that movie. And that's one of the things that has also been holding me back. It's because this movie is supposed to intertwine all the plots together. It's like I might not even be able to. And I may sound like a sap, but the movie means a lot to me. The characters mean a lot to me. I mean, believe me, I'm definitely not a Chris Chan with his Sonichu the Electric Hedgehog Pokemon or stuff like that, but I do genuinely love I do genuinely love the characters I make, and I would love them to enter the world in something big. Maybe low budget, but something beautiful in my eyes. And that is a creator's dream. But I don't know when that will happen. But Uh, uh, I think I'm going to end the stream now. I said what I needed to say. Uh, but since uh, but since school, hopefully it's gonna be fun this year since I have some very good classes with some very good people, some very good friends, some very good teachers. Uh, I would, I will be not be uploading as as frequently as uh, as usual since summer is over. So I wish you all a good day, night, evening, wherever you are in this big world. And uh believe me, I will try to get more skits out soon because they're the easiest type of content to get out for me at this point. And they're I mean aside from Godzilla kaiju fan films because there was one recently of Baragon versus Megalon that I was about to put out, but I also got kind of held back uh, due to due to my lack of motivation. Same old, same old. So, but yeah, I should just end the stream. So, thank you, my golden gold horns, for staying with me this long. I hope you guys also have a good school year. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. And my final golden message to you, at least for a few weeks or so, is love each other and be happy with yourself, no matter who you are. And stay at peace, bro. Stay at peace. Uh, I love you all. Just know that despite me not being active, I will always be here to talk, even if not as much. I will always see your messages. Thank you all for the support, and Avita Zane, aloha, and see you later, my Gojis.